Happy Valentine's Day. Haven't been sleeping that well. Freelancing, working all night remotely in the Philippines, tough job. Over the last, 5 years that I've been over here, this stretch was 20 months. Before that, I had to return to the United States to renew my passport. Before that, 11 months. Before that, we had the pandemic. And then before the pandemic, I was in Vietnam, and then I returned from Vietnam. But working remotely over here, your day pretty much looks like from 10:30 p.m. to 10:30 in the morning is pretty much the hours in the US. Phone calls, trying to respond to emails. There's only been a few times where I've slept halfway decent. The last one being when I was in Chiang Mai. That was the last time I was sleeping halfway decent. Like, I would go to bed about, 10, 11 and wake up 4 or 5 in the morning, work till about 10, 11, and hopefully get an afternoon nap. That's been pretty much what it's been like here. I am not a night person at all. My sleep schedule in the United States is typically 8, 9, 10 to 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Sleep pretty good. I like a nice nap if I could get one. But I'm an early morning person, not a night person. And I'm trying to kind of do a hybrid of this and work from, say, like 2 or 3 in the morning, which, depending on where your clients are, if they're in Florida, right, it's the exact opposite. So if it's noon here, it's midnight there. But if your clients are on the, in California, it gets even a little weirder. When it's midnight here, it's like 8:30, 9 in the morning, somewhere in there. I can't get there. I thought about just going to sleep 9, 10 o'clock, waking up at 4 or 5 a.m., which would be about noon in West Coast time. Can't get there. But I would say overall, and we're talking, let's just, again, removing the pandemic, the last 4 or 5 times, I have not done well freelancing. And I've been a freelancer a long time, but I make more money in the United States than I do, being here and trying to work all night. Have a hard time sleeping in the day. And it's even harder when, you move around, right? Because it might be a little easier if I was in one place, could darken out the room. I mean, just kind of make it a better environment for this, but the place in Manila was pretty good for that. I mean, it's pretty quiet in the daytime, so it helped. But still, you want to go out during the day, and then of course you got to work at night. And before the pandemic, it was a little bit better because they had working centers, and but now I feel like it's not as good. Got a few questions about some disappearing comments. I have noticed some comments disappearing. I get an email, I go to respond, it seems gone. John, I read your comment saying that there's a second comment and it disappeared. I went to a little while ago, I went to I don't know, what do they call it, the studio thing to respond to a comment. And I seen the preview and then went to respond, it was gone. I promise you I want all your comments. Thank you. I don't know what to make of the disappearing comments. So another question I get about how I feel quitting gambling has affected my life and what's going on. Frankly, it's affected everything. Let's just start with that. In less than a month from now, it will be 3 years since the last time I gambled. The first year was pretty easy. The second year, just trying to find a new path forward. And then, this, third year that I'm, currently in, I made a video, like I've not been counting days too closely, but I made a video that I passed 1,000 days. I'm guessing about a month ago now. I still suffer from there's not a real clear path forward. Being this word almost sounds crazy, like a professional poker player, professional gambler. I'm in a weird place with the whole thing, frankly. There is a lot of good that has come out of the last 3 years. Notably, I'm financially struggling now, but it has not been like walking into a casino and losing all your money. There's that. The other thing that really stands out is I've gambled ever since I could. I went to a casino on my 21st birthday. Before that, I dabbled in it. But it's hard to make plans as a gambler. Why? Because you never know when you're going to go broke. And a lot of quitting led up to the, of course, 3 years. I mean, I started quitting for longer and longer stretches, and I seemed to bounce back much quicker. And this time, I really hadn't bounced back like I had in the past. 90 days. I was like, wow, this is really great. But making plans and I would go broke, right? Or sorry, being a freelancer, I would have slow periods like now. And what I would do about that is go gamble to make money. Now I'm in a slow period or whatever the situation is, and I no longer have that in my arsenal. I mean, it feels dumb. I mean, it feels dumb. More dumb now that I've, quit for 3 years, and looking back at that, it really was a weird cycle. Sometimes it worked out, right? I mean, make some money, yeehaw, work is back, it all works out. However, when it doesn't work out, it ain't real great, I'll tell you that. and I would say in general, most of the winning never really materialized how I hoped it would. But the big deal now is, being 50 and gambling over 25 years and trying to carve out a new path is slow going to a lot slower going than I thought. I mean, like I said before, I remember the first time I quit 30 days, and then the first time I quit 90 days. And then even leading up to the 3 years just before that, I had quit over 6 months. And it started to kind of, I started to lose interest in it. But I still feel like I have not moved on completely from it, is where I'm at. And I think that is affecting a lot of what's going on in my life currently. I, dealing with financial issues, feel like that I can fix that, and impatient about it. That's the other thing about gambling, that and I mean, being a gambler, right, I don't feel like there's much addiction to it. I feel like that's more just a greed thing. I think there's a special type of person that gambles. I have noticed that from my other gambling friends, that there is specific type of people that gamble. And it's difficult to other than talking to another gambler. I talk to many guys. I don't know too many that have been able to put it behind them and move on. I know they're out there. The guy that I talked to that is 10 plus years. I apologize if you feel like I'm putting you on blast, but he's quit for 10 years. Again, I apologize if you're mad at me, but I think he's fallen off the wagon a few times. it's pretty hot, you know, thing for him. You know, he feels like he's gonna gamble anytime. I don't feel like I'm gonna gamble anytime. However, like I said, I really struggle to, you know, find a new path, or as I like to put it, waiting for the new me to show up. Anyway, I think that's all I have for you today. Questions and comments below, and I'll catch you on the next video.